Wait, why are we here?
We are here because we are
preparing outstanding warriors with wisdom to overcome and win!
Hey, good morning, guys. Welcome to Powwow. This is your host, Mr. Moore. Thank you to Ms. Hargrave's class for going ahead and leading us out. Now, here is Sydney and Hannah with the accolades.
I'm Hannah.
I'm Sydney.
And we're doing the accolades. So I got Joshua Olabode for rearranging Miss Spoon's room. Good job.
And I got Alexis Gonzalez for rearranging Miss Spoon's room. Wow.
Thank you, ladies, for those accolades. Now, here is Sam Geyer with our Student Athlete of the Week. He's been really working hard in football practice. We did not have another student this week, but I'm sure we will have more with volleyball getting ready to ramp up as well as football. And for Spotlight, we have Isaiah Gaines, who's been doing really well at getting all his records and his paperwork into Mrs. Rice, which is really what we want to see. We don't want to have to come look for you for stuff. We really want you to take that initiative and that leadership and get this stuff turned in. So now here is our Speaker of the Week, who is actually our principal, Mr. J. Tinklinberg.
Hello, Warriors. I get the privilege of sharing a powwow message with you this week, and hopefully I'll be able to share some things that'll be insightful for you or some things for you to think about and potentially consider as we go through this year and as we prepare for the future. So the theme for the district is preparing for the future. And this is a great thing for us to consider and to think about. I believe that the conditions that we're in right now, being in a pandemic, being in unique circumstances, are going to prove as being beneficial and meaningful, and they're going to equip and prepare you in significant ways for your future. I think the way that we're learning now, albeit different, is going to help us to be able to learn how to learn in different situations and circumstances, and to use different tools for learning, and to be able to connect even though we're connecting remotely or through distance learning. And so this gives us some great advantages, even though it might be kind of difficult or inconvenient or just certainly not our normal, but it does equip us, I believe, for our future. And I think as young people, you're going to be better equipped to address problems. You're going to be prepared to be problem solvers, people that can provide solutions in the midst of a pandemic or a crisis or some other situation. And so I hope that this experience that we're all going through right now proves to be beneficial for you and helps you to find ways in which you can impact other people in our culture and our societies in a great and profound way. And I look forward to seeing what will happen through the future as you continue to do that. So as I stated, the theme for the school year is preparing for your future. And so I chose to take that as my theme for this message. And I'd like to just share a few thoughts as we think about how can we best prepare for our future. Often when we think about our future, we think about life, I think about a journey. Life is a journey. It's a series of sequential journeys, if nothing else. But it gives us an opportunity to consider how we are moving through our experiences. And as we journey through this journey of life, we look at goals and the future destination and things that we hope to achieve. And that journey is a part of that process in preparing for our future or achieving those goals that are in our future. I remember a time when my wife and I were traveling. This was before we had kids. And we were up in the Canadian Rockies, and we were at a place called Lake Louise, and beautiful, beautiful place, amazing settings. And so we went to the lake, and somebody had advised us, or somehow we had learned that it might be a good opportunity to take this hike called the Big Beehive hike. And so we went on this hike, and it wasn't a terrible hike, a good day hike. It wasn't super treacherous, but it was a good hike. And so we went up and navigated through the trails and through the woods and saw some ponds and some lakes along the way. And, and then suddenly we come up to this landmark, which is this geological formation that they call the Beehive. And we come up to this and we approach this and suddenly we're we're overlooking the lake that we had just been alongside of not too long before, earlier in the morning. And we had this tremendous view of the valley with the lake below, and the turquoise waters. The waters were just turquoise from the glacial sediments that were in it. And you saw this from this incredible vantage point. So the journey took us to this great vantage point, to this great view. And, so if we can use that as an analogy for our journey through, preparing towards our future, we go on this hike, we navigate this path, and we chart this course. And then all of a sudden we achieve this destination, and we take in the splendor of it. And that's, that's my hope and my goal, is that you can achieve certain milestones, and you can just be able to be in awe and capture the splendor of this situation. So, when we arrived, suddenly we saw this tremendous view of Lake Louise from up above, whereas before we just saw the land level view, which is what most of the tourists saw. But we kind of plotted this course and developed and got to see this expansive view, which is just a tremendous view, and see creation in its display, the mountains and the skies and the waters, and just an amazing thing. And it was really a neat journey. And so, as we progress through life and we go through this journey, there's different things that can help us along the way. One of the things that can help us is we position ourselves to achieve. As we go through life and are trying to prepare for our future and achieve goals, we want to position ourselves in the way that we can achieve the greatest success or achieve those goals. Think about a sprinter in a race. Before the race, the sprinter, he stretches, or she stretches, the athlete stretches, and they warm up, and then suddenly, come race time, they're called to the starting blocks, and then they go into the blocks, and they take this crouching position so that they can accelerate out at the maximum acceleration to achieve the best possible outcome as they enter into this race. And that's kind of what I want us to think about, is that posture that can help position us to achieve. What do we need to do now that can help us to achieve, or prepare us to achieve, that goal in the future? What is the posture we need to take? What is the position we need to be in? As students, you need to be in an excellent position of achieving the best you can academically, so that, if your goal is higher education, college education, or beyond, to achieve that is to become the best student you are now, so that you can be able to be prepared for a college environment, so you can earn scholarships. If you're an athlete or a fine arts student that wants to get a scholarship in those areas, you position yourself through practice and through preparation, and you do all of these things to position yourself to succeed. And then that's a good thing to remember as we are preparing for our future. The next thing I want us to think about is to prepare thoroughly. Preparation helps us to accomplish what we're trying to achieve. When I go back to that story of this journey that my wife and I took, so we traveled up to this landmark, this beehive landmark, and we oversaw the lake. And, we took we spent some time up there and enjoyed it. And then when it was time to come back down, I looked at the trail map and I said, let's go this other way so that we can see something we haven't seen before. Rather than take the same way back down, let's kind of make the loop and come back around in a circular route. And so we planned to go out the trail the other way, and it was longer. And even though it was a descension, it was a little more rugged in some ways. And so a lot of switchbacks and just some uneven terrain and, loose gravel, things like that. But anyway, it wasn't terrible, but the one thing that we didn't prepare is we didn't bring enough water. So as we're going down and we're taking a longer route, so it's taking us longer to get down and to get back to where our destination was, where our vehicle was, we didn't have enough water. And it wasn't a terrible thing. It just made it uncomfortable. Had we prepared thoroughly, we would have brought enough water for that whole journey to where we could have rehydrated, replenished, and we could have been better equipped for that hike that we took on the way down to navigate, the length of the trip and the duration we were gone. And so that's the same thing. When we're preparing, we need to have all of the resources we need to be able to reach our destination, to achieve this goal, and to navigate through that journey that we're taking. And so little things on this journey, water would have made a big difference. And along your journey, certain skills and things make a big difference. Next thing we want to do as we're preparing for our future is, you follow my alliteration, is to prepare actively. We want to prepare for that future outcome. And I mentioned it before, as an academic student, we need to prepare through, really by participating actively. We need to participate thoroughly in our classes. If you just go in and sleep through your classes, you don't get nearly as much out of them. You don't invest in the process, you don't get as much out of it. If you, as an athlete or as a fine arts student, don't invest and prepare actively and practice and put in the repetitions, you don't get as much out of it. You don't get better. You don't improve. And so all of these things, it comes through active participation. And there's another element through active participation. As a young teen or a teenager, so often there's just kind of a norm that people do. And, when I've been in guidance counseling situations, I used to encourage students to do non-teenage related activities. And some of those things would be, do some things that aren't the same as what everybody else seems to be doing. Do some things that help you stand out or set yourself apart. If you do something that unique and above and beyond, then when you send off credentials for a college to look at, you've got some things that make you stand out. So you've accomplished things by your active participation. You've not just participated in a service project, you started it, you initiated it, you created it. You didn't just participate in some effort of goodwill. You started that, you made it happen, you saw a need, and you got others to follow, and you facilitated the whole process. And that's how you participate actively. And so that's a great encouragement for us as we continue on preparing for our future. The next thing we need to do is partner strategically. And this is really important. So we take journeys, and they're not all single solitary journeys. We journey with people. And it's important for us to choose the right people that can help us and encourage us along the way. Going back to that imagery of athletes that train, if they partner with somebody that can push them, that can encourage them, that can be diligent with them, that can, not slack off, but make them better, then they get better. Somebody that's going to say, hey, I'm going in early in the morning and I'm going to work out. I need you to come with me. And so you don't take a day off. You continue to pursue that goal of what you're trying to achieve. Academically, you partner with people that can help you achieve greater skills and accomplish more. As you do a project, you partner with people, and those things help you be able to achieve greater success. And on the flip side, this strategic partnership, you have to look at which partnerships are detrimental. Sometimes you partner with people or you associate with people that really impact or impede you from achieving your goals. And so we need to work hard to be able to partner with people that can help us achieve our goals, not that deter us from them. And, there's a passage that talks about bad company corrupts good character. And sometimes the people you associate with affect you negatively, and they affect the image that you are and who you are. And we need to partner strategically so that we're positioned with people that can, help us achieve our goals and become our best and accomplish things in a positive way, not in a negative way. And they don't deter us from achieving certain things that we're striving for and reaching out to succeed in. Another element of preparing for our future is persevere positively. Life presents adversity. Right now we're facing adversity while we're dealing with COVID. It's challenging for us. We don't have the same learning situations. We don't have the same social situations. We don't have the same freedom at times to just kind of go places and be places and do things. And so we have to persevere through that. But to do so positively is going to help us. When these challenges come, if we're able to persevere positively, they don't become as overwhelming. They don't defeat us. They don't drain us as much. And we have to take on that challenge. So as we go through these things, when things get difficult, we can persevere positively. And that mindset of positivity helps us to accomplish more, rather than to be defeated by the circumstances and let let ourselves become victim to things that we think are just could be an excuse to not achieve our goals. And so we have to persevere when it gets hard, when the circumstances and situations warrant extra studying, extra time. We got to persevere when we don't always want to, when it's easier to just turn it off and go do something else and just kind of not even participate, not be engaged. But perseverance helps us go through those difficulties and achieve those in a greater way. I'm reminded of a story of the Israelites, and there was times in their history when they faced great adversity. And one of the times that they were facing adversity is they were taken captivity. So they were overtaken by another nation, and they were in captivity by this nation. And then the prophet Jeremiah came to deliver them a message. And in his message, he stated, "I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, the plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." So even though they were in a difficult situation, they were given a message of hope. And those messages of hope can be tremendously impactful. They can give us the courage and the drive to continue to go on when the situation is difficult, even when it seems like there's limitations all around us. They were limited by the people that they were being governed by. And now, he's telling them, hold on, there's a positive hope with a future, and just continue on. And sometimes we need to do that, and focusing on that hope, focusing on that positive outcome can carry us through those difficult outcomes and move us forward. And a lot of times, as you know, adversity really teaches us some valuable lessons. And so we have to take perspective and look at what can we learn from these circumstances? What can we learn from COVID that can help us and shape us and equip us to be better people, to be better educators, to be better students, to be better, siblings and peers and friends and children and fathers and mothers and all kinds of things. How can we be better through the difficult situation? And this is one of those things that can certainly help us and help us achieve our goals. And once we achieve that destination, this image gives us that opportunity where these people have come, and we can rejoice, we can praise, but our praise shouldn't be all on us. It shouldn't be, oh, wow, look at all the things I did. Because almost any accomplishments we have come in cooperation of many. And, so when we think about our life, we've been blessed by given, God-given gifts and talents, and we're able to use those talents and shape them and maximize them. And that's, honoring to God. And so we can give God praise for all those things. And when I think about my life, I don't have a lot of exceptional talents, but whatever I've been able to accomplish, I've been able to accomplish by the grace of God and through the power of God. And these things are grateful. But I also have a lot of people to be grateful for. People in my, especially my family that have been an encouragement to me, that have shaped me and molded me and stood by me and helped me, persist through difficult circumstances or overcome adversity, but also help shape me and direct me. And these things can help us as well. And so when I achieve something, it's best not to look at me and say, wow, I did all this. Because no, I didn't. I did it with the blessings and the benefits of God and others. And these things are grateful. I need to be grateful for all these blessings and for the people that have shaped and molded and encouraged and assisted and sometimes pushed me. And these things all, impact us as we prepare for our future and as we achieve our goals. And then once we achieve that goal, we keep going. So if your goal is to successfully, graduate from college, you achieve that goal, and then you move on to the next one. Is it to get a master's degree or doctorate? Is it to enter the workforce? What is it? What's your goal? Once you enter into the workforce, what's your goal? What's your impact? And how can you better prepare yourself for that to where you can be making maximum impact for others? So thank you for the time. I appreciate this chance I've had to share with you, and look forward to visiting with you in the future.
Hi, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Renee Lynn.
And this is Newman News. So we have our first home volleyball game at 6 p.m. this Thursday. Also, progress reports come out this Thursday, and this Friday we have early dismissal at 1 p.m.
And the following Monday, we have off for Labor Day on the 7th. Yearbooks are delayed due to COVID-19, and Ms. Peterson will announce when they are available.
Yes. So, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.
And now we will go to Alima and Esther for the school song.
May God bless our school as we march to our tomorrows and stand tall today with love, faith, and hope. We rise to build our nation with wisdom, stature, and favor. May God bless our school today.